Hi guys, I'm gonna be doing another thrift store walkthrough. It was really loud, so I decided to do a voiceover. There was this section of like antiques and all this furniture, hardwood. It was pretty cool. I really liked this acrylic like shelf. I thought that would work really nice for like a bathroom. It's a pretty heavy duty one too. These kind of modern side tables, lots of candles. They had some pretty colors too. I liked the color of that little chair there. And this was a huge lazy boy that's like movable. It was $119, which is a lot for used, but I think they're regularly like maybe $500 to $1,000. Those are expensive chairs. This little pan. I thought that pillow was cute with the vines. And then they had kind of this arrangement of different clear vases with some tissue paper stuck in them. It was a nice like Easter decoration. I really liked these side tables with the brass underneath and clear tabletop. And then just kind of venturing around. It was pretty busy in the store, or loud. They had this huge thing of like Princess Diana and the royal family, like a shrine to them. And then this stool was really cool. I believe it was like $14 or something. I thought it'd be really handy for like a workshop or like a garage where you could just swivel around. That was such an awkward interaction. That person saw I was filming. A bunch of books, travel and geography. They put a little chair down so people could like browse. Yeah, a nice little faux leather chair. More books. This was crafts and sewing and quilting. Those are always the type of books in thrift stores. Payne Stewart, rich Caucasian family. Must be nice. Over here was like a toy section for kids. I liked that little bench that doubled as like a little toy chest. Just some random stuff for kids. They had a lot in this store. I was checking out the purses here. I thought that was cool. A little agenda, day planner. Look, it had like that really old cell phone carrier for like a little flip phone. I believe that was real leather, that little bag there. I love this table, the hardwood and the glass. I love the looks of glass tabletops, but I hate the idea of like sitting under them and being able to see like my legs and the rest of my body. This was like a nice little desk. This would be great for a kid's room, and it was pretty inexpensive as well. They were having a book sale, 10 for $10. I don't know why they just didn't put a buck each. Like, not everyone that's gonna want 10 bucks. That's kind of a lot. But oh well, it was a sale. Cute little stuffed animals. Even had some Halloween costumes for the kids. Lots of wood furniture. I took a little peek at this chair. I like these type of oak chairs, and I thought these heels were gorgeous. They were like vintage 80s heels. I love the little swirl on the side. Very classy, by the brand Kristen. So cute. I liked the shape of them too. And then these swirly ones as well. They were very similar. it's just saying that nothing with the tag will be sold. Lots of shoes. I thought this was a really cute little pair of kitten heels. I love a little kitten mule like that. That's what I typically wear myself. And yeah, just browsing. Most of their shoes were surprisingly very, very small. They had a lot of men's shoes as well. These were huge. Some like business loafers. They had dressing rooms and all this home health stuff. I always want to, like, you guys, I work in like for a nonprofit and I help people in my work, and this is a big issue, like home health supplies. A lot of people cannot afford them. They're very expensive. For example, like some of this stuff, wheelchairs and everything at the store is like specialized equipment and costs like hundreds of dollars. I always see it at thrift stores, like look at that, $40. That is a deal and a half, and I know it's kind of gross to buy used stuff, but a good wipe down couldn't hurt if you're like really not in the financial space to afford it new. And I seen this wheelchair which was like double wide for bigger people, so that would like be even more specialized equipment and more expensive. So if you or a family member needs something like this, I'd really recommend thrifting. This was a gorgeous briefcase. It was real leather and it had a little bit of a patina. I really liked how it had these like pockets for all business cards and stuff, like a wallet. I thought that was really cool and handy. It had a nice buckle with some good hardware and a zipper in the back for extra storage. It was only $7.99. I really liked it. I contemplated getting it, but didn't want to. I tried on some sweaters. This was their little changing room. And then out here, I was looking at all of the jewelry. And that on my arm is just a sweater I decided to buy. There were lots of different beads and jewelry items. This bracelet was cool. And they organized it by color, which is nice. So you could easily find things to match. They had all these hot pink pearls, which I thought were cool. Some bracelets. And then this big case of like earrings. You had to spin the top with that knob. And I was doing it there, just browsing at everything. And then some more in the case here. These were really chunky, funky things. And then all of their homeware was done up by color. I really liked this plate, but it was like super expensive. I think they wanted like $50 for it, whatever it said on that tag, which is crazy. And this was like the silver items, and they had them all shined up. It was pretty cool to look at. All the polished silver, can't go wrong. Some like greens and earthy colors. That was a little platter there. Just looking around. This had all types of green stuff. This was like a cool martini glass, like candle type of thing, or like a wax melt. It had the directions on there, and then it was supposed to smell like peppermint. I really liked that little wax melt with the flowers on it. This was a really old antique cabinet with all these ugly plates inside. Some purple stuff. This was really crazy. That huge cake covering. That was sweet. like their kids' handprints.